I'll take care of this. Excuse me. I took a little step there, got in between all four of them. They went up. I said, everybody sit the fuck down right now.
I know you. No, you didn't.
Wait. Single.
Wait. I'm trying to build an empire that will include you.
You're killing it. Look at your studio. Oh my God. Look at his studio.
Okay.
Killed it.
You are live on your channel. So I'm gonna share the logo first, then I'm gonna share the link so people can join us, then we start.
Sounds good. What about, did you hit Facebook off for anybody? Let them know we're live.
Yeah, I'm going.
Okay.
Relax. Well, there's 9 people watching. If you want to say something to them.
Are you serious? There's 9 people watching right now?
10
people?
Yeah, say hi.
Mwah.
Say hi to those bitches.
How you doing, ladies and gentlemen? Hopefully, mostly gentlemen. And there's not a bunch of stalker chicks watching right now. But cool that there's 10 people, dude. I appreciate it. I'm amazed.
Yeah, and we're on your channel for the first time.
Yeah, even though I've been paying you thousands of dollars for the past year and a half, for the first time, finally, we are live. Beauty and the Beast on Travis Bagent Unfiltered. It's a beautiful thing. We are progressing 13,000 subscribers as of the other day. So super stoked. Thank you guys.
Chapter 56. Travis Bagent. 10 more seconds. I'm just getting the chat up. So this, we can actually, talk to the peeps. People like to ask you questions, so that could happen.
And I am also
you already made $10.
What?
You are Travis Bagent already made $10.
We will be running a marathon for the rest of the day, guys. I had no idea, and I will be coming live to you every single day from now on, following my life around. I just made $10. What, in 4 minutes?
Yeah, but
Beast.
I mean, make no mistake, you made $10 from Stacy Morgan. He's a fanatic. He's watching a lot of arm wrestling, giving away money. So there's not many Stacy Morgans, but
Stacy,
he's dedicated.
Save your money, Stacy. Save your money. It's not going to be worth it in this particular content. This is the very first one. If I would have known that people was going to be giving money like that, I would have been more prepared. Save your money for tomorrow when we go live.
Okay, we have 15 people, and one of them is Brad Cook. He says he's listening while he's at work. Brad, is work cinematography, or do you have a different job? Answer that in the questions. Okay. Gary Roberts and Travis Bagent joining you live for our second live Beauty and the Beast taping. Here's how it's going to kind of work. Here's what I envision. It could change. If I like the short format, I like to scrub through the content, add some B-roll, break it up into my 30-minute segments. So the theory is we will go live with the taping. So if you're able to join us, you're able to watch it. So like if you go watch the Tonight Show live, you see it live, but then it airs later on, on regular television. So that's how we envision it. If you're able to catch us live, you get to see it as it happens, but this episode will still broadcast later on one of the channels. So that way, like Travis, I usually break up his stories into like, say, 2 or 3 parts. Today, you'll get the whole story. So you'll be in the know. You will be part of the elite, cool crowd. What do you think about that idea, Travis?
I told you about an hour ago that I love it. I love every time you call me and tell me that you are thinking about doing something for the show. Yeah. So, yeah, I was in as soon as I saw your name hop across the phone. And look, man, my man, all jokes aside, what is up with the studio?
What are you saying?
Wait, my man, you are shining right now.
Yeah, dude. Wait.
I have never been so embarrassed as to my set compared to what you have created. I was the man when you first started because you were like in a Toyota. You were in a Toyota at one time.
And
wow.
I thought about it the other day. You were kind of disappointing me because in the very beginning, when I upgraded the sign with just like a thicker pen, or you were like, new sign, and then I bust out the new studio, and you took 5 episodes to.
Let's just talk about that in context of arm wrestling and life, right? When you feel sorry and you have the nerve to think that you are in fact better, cooler, awesomer than someone else. Every time they make a small upgrade, you pound it in their brain. Bro, brand fucking new sign. But then the day hits where they got a little too much cool shit. And now you realize you're the bum out of the group. So that's where the complete jealousy is kicked in.
I'm starting to. Here's the dangerous thing for you arm wrestlers out there. I'm starting to believe that. I am getting into this. I'm like, you know what? I can do this. And you know, when your wife's having to check you like, hey bro, like let's manage the time, you know, like you're passionate. The beauty of work when you love your job is that the time just goes by and you don't notice it. And that's the beauty of this job, is that when I'm working on arm wrestling, I don't notice the clock. The clock can just, I blink and 6 hours have gone by. And that's in contrast to like the old days when you're checking the clock and it just never ends. And so I'm starting to feel it. I'm getting fired up, you know, trying to up the production value. Anyways, T Bagent, thank you for noticing. Bam!
Ladies and gentlemen, hail to the king of arm wrestling, Mr. Gary Roberts. I told you guys. I told him 5 months ago. I'm like, my man is going to blow up.
Well, here's the thing
happening.
So the channel made some money last month. Best month yet since we've been back. And of course, it's tied to our Devin Larratt video that went viral on this. I don't know what's that, 200K or something, but that was like our most profitable video. Anyways, I'm going to take all that money and dump it I'm going to give it away to arm wrestlers. I'm just going to put it right back into the system, building business.
No. Let's put it into your $3,000 budget that my ass is giving you for free. Let's use that money for that.
Well, I'm running tests for that. So I can fine tune the rules.
Are you close? Where are we
at? We're gonna do something else this weekend. Okay, Travis Bagent, I have a question for you because I want story time with T Bagent. The last time we filmed on New Year's Eve, we tried to get the Delta story. Oh, sorry, Stacy Morgan. He put another $20.
Whoa. So before you know it, I'm going to owe this guy something, man.
Dude, that's why he's doing it, bro. That's why he's doing it.
This type of shit. This is how I've been in 4 court cases, and that's how it all started.
Dude, Stacy Morgan. Here's the deal. I got your voicemails. I got your texts. I promise I will get back to you. I promise.
I've gotten 0. You could reach me directly at travisbagent1@gmail anytime you like. You keep throwing them $20 bills, my man. I'm gonna do what those girls at the strip clubs do.
Yeah.
I'm gonna give you a lot of attention.
Yeah. Stacy Morgan says, screw you. I just won 10K. Have another $20. So he's saying he's got a little money.
How'd he hit? How'd he hit 10? Ask him how he hit.
How did you win your
Get him
10Ks?
on the phone. Get him on the phone immediately.
Okay. So we're up to 36 people watching. Welcome.
Whoa!
Bam, bam. Live. If you want to know what the plan is, you got to rewind a little bit. So Travis, I wanted the Delta fight story, but then we started the Moldova story and we left hanging off with how the first Moldova event started to go. And I was like, wait. And we left it at a cliffhanger. If we continue down the Moldova path, how many stories are there?
Well, we can go really far, right? Like if we start into the Moldova story, we can figure out the time frame as to when the first one, how the first one happened, which we got there, right? We figured out that the guy invited us over there. Did we actually have the tournament?
No, they said you were figuring out the budget.
So we have the first visit.
Okay, my point is, should we go down the Moldova path or should you tell the Delta story, then go back to Moldova?
I'm going to give you the Moldova chapters so that you can make that decision.
Okay.
So we still have a chapter of getting to the first tournament. We have a chapter of the leaving the first tournament, going right back for the second tournament. And then we have a story about how there's no more tournaments. And there's a lot of stories in between, like the fact that after the first tournament, I was scheduled to pull Oleg left-handed and Pushkar right-handed at the next event. And that there were some unfortunate incidents that happened in that meantime, which switched everything around. So yeah, there's chapters with
okay,
Moldova.
So we could be on
the
Moldova.
The Delta Airlines story, on the other hand, is a tremendous 1 hour amazing story that just today I called John Brzenk this morning because I was aware that we were going to I don't know why. I guess, I don't know. I just figured this Delta story is coming up and I can't find the email from Delta that really gives me all the credibility.
Wait, so you have an email from Delta?
So I called John Brzenk and like, listen, Gary Roberts is going to call you to confirm the email that you received and you sent to me and that I am actively going to find. The problem is that the email is in travis@crossfit.com. And you know what happens when your ass gets fired. Thanks a lot, Savon. All of a sudden, you can't get to that email anymore. So that's what's a little bit of a problem.
Okay, I just got to say something real quick.
Yes.
So the day I had to leave CrossFit, the day I had to leave arm wrestling was such a traumatic, sad day. The day I got fired from CrossFit, oh my God, like you said, so sad. And I was like, Sevon was the one on the phone. And I was like, holy shit, this is like really happening. And now it's like the world does work in mysterious ways. Like bad shit has to happen to you before cool doors has to open. Here I am bullshitting with Travis Bagent, reliving the dream. And it's like, I had those bad, sad things had to happen for us to be here. It's so crazy because I thought I thought my world was over when I got let go of CrossFit. Oh my God. That's amazing. So you just called John today?
I called him about 2 hours ago and said, hey, and he didn't answer. But my call was to have him know that you are going to call him and that he can confirm exactly what I am saying to be true.
Okay, this is my clock right there. Can you see the baby?
I see the baby.
So that's my clock. So let's try to shoot real quick. Did you watch any of our New Year's stream?
Zero amount of it.
Man, you should have joined us, dude. We had so much fun.
What do you mean? I did join you.
No, you were in the appetizers. You should have joined us for the after party after, everyone after the craziness. 20
What
hours.
was the craziest? What was the craziest thing that happened?
Dude, I'm saying crazy like we're 18 hours in and I'm falling asleep on camera. I could have really used your
enthusiasm.
Herman Stevens had to step in and save the day because you weren't around.
Herman, who? I thought he was our mortal enemy.
Dude, we kissed and made up.
Oh, am I cool too? Or did you kiss and make up for me too?
I think we're all cool. Cool, bro.
Yeah, anything I said about Herman, I only said it because of Gary. I thought that he was hating on Gary, and I don't play that shit.
Yeah.
I almost whipped Tim Bresnan's ass for talking shit to my man Gary Roberts.
Yeah, for those of you who don't know, Travis has had my back for over a decade. Like, we're bros, man.
Yeah, man. Come on, man.
How's your year 2021 been so far?
It's been great. I am finally they're lifting the football requirements for my oldest son. So he is about to start throwing the football with his team again. And everything looks to be on schedule for football next year. So, and we took full advantage of the year, and he is extremely ready. My younger son is 100% becoming a man at 16 years old, driving around. My daughter's as tall as my wife and wears the same clothes as her.
What?
Life. So there's like 5 straight up adults in here, and I have almost zero power in this household now.
When I see family photos of you guys, I'm just so impressed. It's like, it's a good looking family you got there. And I think to myself, that is Casey. Casey did that work? I don't know about you. I mean,
I completely married over my head. 100%. Yeah. But I will tell you this. There are a lot of guys that obviously look better than me for the first 5 minutes. But let's not get engaged in any sort of dialogue in front of your girl, because she might change her mind. Because anyone, in Casey included, they could tell that I got that shit. So
So
she latched on early.
I don't remember. Previous wife Anissa, I don't remember her being too big a fan of Travis from watching you at tournaments or seeing you at tournaments. But I remember you came to my house, had a few days together, and by the time you left,
yes, ma'am, no, ma'am, yes, ma'am.
By the time you left, her tune was like, I was like, oh, he does have like this. He's got the magic.
Yeah, he's he's an extremely nice guy.
Yeah. So you have that power to transform people when you meet them.
Well, the crazy part is how absolutely insecure people are, and that they could draw opinions on people before they meet them. That's what's crazy.
Okay. Vasile Radu Castellano.
Yeah, that's my neighbor.
$5 to you.
Beast. Hey, hold up.
£5.
Hold on here. Hey, thanks a lot, big guy. All right.
He says he loves the beast and the stories. That's the best part.
We're about to tell you a doozy. We're going to tell you a doozy.
So we have NatFit. I don't know if you know, but I plugged Western Survivor for that entire 24 hours. I'm good. I hooked Adam up with some serious
Don't worry
sponsorship.
about it.
Yeah.
I'll take care of it today for my man Adam, because I am loaded with Western Survivor beef jerky. Loaded.
Okay, before we get into the story time, in like 2 minutes, I can't keep up with all the events you got going on. I hear West Virginia.
I am glad you asked.
I mean, I don't know how you do everything that you do in your regular life and then be rolling out with 5 events at a time or whatever you are.
Well, let's be completely honest about what's happening. We have 1 event per month that is posted, right? Well, semi-posted. The first event is happening in 2 weeks from now. It is January 30th, and we have moved the Long Island seminar with Todd Hutchings and Sarah Bachman and Paul Lynn. We moved that to West Virginia because there's our serious requirements and regulations when it becomes from Florida and from California into the great state of New York. So because of that, we're just going to move it to my hometown. I've got about 15 great sponsors that because of COVID have not sponsored for a complete year. So we are going to host a live broadcast all day during that seminar. And we are going to be filming like crazy. So if you can make the seminar, great. If you can't make it, then you can watch some of it, a version of it, live on January 30th in Martinsburg, West Virginia. So it's Sarah Bachman, Todd Hutchins, Paul Lynn, Travis Bagent. We'll have Bart Wood there. James Reed will be there. The
Who's
Black
filming?
Scorpion. Well, Joseph is coming, but I'm going to hire a local live broadcast team because it's kind of it's a little bit of a difficult task, I think.
Joseph is in the chat. He says, "Yo, Travis, what up, Gary? Hey, Joseph, Jurlock, dude,
Yeah.
you can't pull out. You gotta come do our weirdo camera guy, dude. Come on,
Oh, yeah.
come on. Man.
That was, it's because of James Reed made that weird ass, he made a weird flyer, got everybody up in arms. So, yeah, Joseph said he's out. But listen, we're going to hang out with Joseph on January 30th, and he's going to be in my town, okay? So, on January 31st, is there January 31st or is it February 1st? I don't even know. But let's just say by February 2nd, Joseph will be back in because we are boys.
It's the 31st. There's the 31st.
All right. So hopefully the 31st, Joseph will be in. But in the meantime, we are going to pretend that he is still in. We're going to advertise that he's still in. He's coming to film. I'm going to call his name to arm wrestle in the weirdo camera guy. If he doesn't show up to the table, we will forfeit Mr. But he's in. Everybody's in.
I like it. Terry Phillips gave you $5, $4.99. Thank you, Terry.
No, please stop, Terry. Stop with that, man. What's your deal, Terry? What's your deal?
He says, Travis, I'd love to hear your response to what Evan said on New Year's Eve. I don't think Travis knows, so you're going to have to be specific, Terry.
I have no idea, but I do know that Evan is crazy. So who knows what he might have said.
So Evan came on the show and he's like, hey, can I swear?
Okay.
And I was like, yeah, we don't mind swearing. I was thinking like Travis level of swearing. And he was
Of
like,
course.
hey, shut the fuck up, the fuck. And I was like, oh my God. It's like, oh, bro. I'm like, I don't mind swearing, but you don't want to get to the point where it's annoying swearing, where it's like.
So what did Evan say about the beast?
He said so many things, and he was on for 4 hours. I have no idea. That day is a blur. So you're gonna have to be specific, Terry, because I don't know what you're talking about. Okay, so I mean, here's the deal. Joseph Jurlock, I'm a little jealous. You invited him and not me?
No. Listen. I invited a lot of people. Joseph has business relationships with a lot of people, and so do I. Joseph is coming. My man, you are welcome. More than welcome. We do not have an arm wrestling tournament that night, that day, the next day, any of that, because of how soon it is. So we are working on this thing where we can do, I am interested in a 0 to 165 pro arm wrestling event with Sarah Bachman in that class and seeing who can beat Sarah if the guy weighs less than 165. And I think that would be fun to watch. Yeah. I think it's promotable. I'm not sure if we have enough time to do it, but that's what I'm trying to do. But January 30th is going to be a great test run for whether we can do live seminars or not in the future.
No, I mean, Joseph's, you've got it. And
Joseph is not interested in the live feed from what I know. Joseph is going to come do his filming, cut, edit it, do some great shit. I personally am interested in the live feed, and I am actively going to pursue that. Even if it's just one person getting followed through the entire seminar.
I'm saving, because of this whole, COVID is still a thing out there, and obviously the loss of Jim Bryan. I'm saving I want to make sure I'm at the Texas event, so I'm not asking to go any other. I'm saving all my power to be like, I'm going to this event, and that's okay.
And we need you. We need you too. We need you to crush that event. We need the ruler of the nation to take over when it comes to March 27th.
I'm telling you, for any of you who are doubting out there, I don't know if you watched it, but we ran a test with some amateurs, guys, and it was fun to watch with just amateurs. It was really cool. There was wins, there was losses. Tire him out. Adam's getting tired.
This could be the end of Golden Tendon, Gary.
Ruler of the nation. Ruler of the nation is back, bitches.
Ruler is deep inside.
Okay. Next person up. Do not let Adam rest. Don't let him rest.
We got the young lion, Nico.
Okay. The top three were going back and forth, and it was like we had to separate the top four out and just do them. So keep in mind, I would like to announce that it's beta version. By competing in this event, you're allowing us to work out the flaws if there are any. So, when you download some new software, they tell you, hey, this isn't 100% ready. So keep in mind, this is a learning process. And so as far as, are you going to say to me, like, let's say I know there should be a time cap, but I'm not exactly sure when the time cap is. Can the time cap be fluid, or it has to be announced before we start arm wrestling?
You have so much flexibility. It's crazy. We have about 10 hours. One thing I'd like to talk to you about is running the seminar as we run whatever you're running. So if you had if you had a particular weight class over there and you were doing your thing, could I have the other group of people?
I mean, the arm wrestlers, I mean, they would have to not care about the seminar. I don't know how that would work.
No, then when they were done arm wrestling, they would get the seminar too.
Oh, because so they wouldn't be
switch.
No
one would miss. No one would miss. There would be a rotation.
Oh, holy shit!
But that's something for us to think about.
Oh, dude, that's interesting concept. That's actually, that would be kind of in line with let's say the level 1 seminar where a group is getting the classroom and the other group is getting the workout, and then they flop.
Yeah, and you would also have one group being a spectator for the group. So you'd have a spectator group, group working, and a group seminar.
That is an interesting concept. You might. Oh, okay. I want to comment. I wanted to Professor Crowbar, Mr. James Rederitas, he posted, I'm concerned that this could cause injuries, my format. And I wanted to address that real quick. And then we get into the story time. So, you go to the races, right? You've worked the booths at like the Daytona 500s or the Indy cars. How fast are they driving?
Oh, it's terrible. I think it's like 160 or something crazy around the turn.
Is that safe?
Not at all.
It's dangerous, right?
It's not even safe to be anywhere near that track when that car is going like that.
Yeah. It's like, I get it. Arm wrestling can be unsafe, but at the same time, like, that's what spectators, they go watch stuff that can be dangerous, right? It's like what would happen at the races if you put a speed limit? You can't go over 130. it wouldn't be as exciting for the spectators.
Once again, I think that the answer is that what James is saying is that if you are in more matches, you have more opportunity to hurt yourself. That's a fact. However, from a promoting standpoint, you are willing to sacrifice the pullers for entertainment. And as an arm wrestling union, you're trying to protect the arm wrestler. But I don't know. Like I, in my opinion, the guy loses, he wins one match and loses two matches. He pulls for 7 hours after the tournament. So
that's what I'm saying. These guys go at practice. They arm wrestle.
Yeah. A simple answer is that you are willing for there to be more injuries, but not more injuries per match, right? You're going to have more injuries because there are more matches.
As a content provider, I want to be able to one day pay these arm wrestlers. And I know that they're putting themselves at risk for their love and passion. Just like these race car drivers, they go around a corner. They decide if they go around the corner at 130 or at the dangerous 160. It's them. They put their health at risk for the job, for the love, for the entertainment. It's like
they searching for the glory. Yeah. They're searching for the glory.
So we're gonna create this new road path for arm wrestlers. It's risky, yes, but I think the payoff could be exciting for everyone and a potential revenue stream for the arm wrestlers who participate. Okay, I want to know about Delta.
All right, you ready for this story, dude?
Yeah.
Okay, so I am on my way to Salt Lake City, Utah to finalize the deal with Rockwell to pick up a $10,000 check and to pick out and do all the flyers and pick out the watches. This is 2016. The summer of 2016, right after I won the 2016 WL championships, but was also known I was no longer with the company anymore as a paid employee. I had just won and I had already started this relationship with Rockwell. And now a month later, I am going out there to sign the paperwork and get everything done. So June, July, August, some time frame there. I fly into Salt Lake City and I'm headed to Rockwell headquarters. That also, the headquarters is hooked to Rockwell CrossFit. They have an active gym. Their team finished in the top. I think they won the regional, and they went to the games and a bunch of stuff in 2015 and 16.
Wait, hold on,
they had a great group.
Rockwell also has a CrossFit and they
have a CrossFit. Listen, yeah, the owners have an affiliate. They also have a 75 yard outside turf field and a mega gym. Right, it's amazing. So yeah, it had had big time games trainers too. Remember the light skinned black girl that had the 3 names and she was in that
the one who couldn't swim.
Did she have a lot of freckles? This chick was amazing. She's amazing. She was their head trainer and like they were stud group, right? So
man, you opened up this whole can of things. You're telling me when you meet Rockwell people, they meet you as arm wrestlers, but you also have this CrossFit connection?
When they found out I was the coolest guy in the world is after I got off of that microphone with Todd Hutchings and all that stuff. And they said something about wanting to do business with CrossFit from a watch standpoint. And I'm like, and I just showed them a clip of me announcing the CrossFit games and I could see my he just dropped. He couldn't believe it. Right?
How lucky are you? The whole time you were telling me that Rockwell connection, you failed to mention the CrossFit.
Well, yeah, because we never did anything with CrossFit. We took Rockwell. They approached me at the WAL in Dallas from an arm wrestling standpoint.
Wow.
They found out from me rocking the mic that I was that guy, and it just made everything better.
Okay, I'm sorry to sidetrack.
No, it's all good. It's all good. So I So I walk into headquarters at Rockwell and asked if Rich and Carlos are around. They're like, they're finishing their workout at the gym. Just walk over. So I walk over and they have 245 pounds on the bar. 2 big plates and a 10 on each side.
Okay, I'm sorry. Just to set the stage. So you at the Rockwell headquarters, they opened up a gym. Is that something like the Rockwell employees go work out too?
Yes, that is one thing. But they also have the gym is open to the public as well.
Oh man, that's awesome.
Yeah, it's a sweet ass It's a sweet ass affiliate, and it's one of those metal half moon buildings, real long, like a
Quonset hut.
Yes, a beast. And then behind it's got the big thing. So it's an amazing facility, right?
Wow.
So I walk in there and Carlos and Rich are both there and they are about to lift. And I say, hey, what you guys pressing today, I see. And immediately
245.
Right. Immediately they're like, oh yeah, no, not quite. I'm like, oh, well, I understand. For you guys, you're probably push pressing. And they're like, oh, we're squatting. And I'm like, oh, okay. Right. And these are my guys, kind of, but they're still funny, right?
Yeah.
So, we start laughing about, yeah, well, we're not the world champ. So immediately I walk over to that bar, right? And I grab that bar and I just do a little dip drive and I get that thing about right here and it's heavy as shit, right?
Wait, when was the last time you lifted that much weight without warming up?
Never. Probably. But it's just, God. I'm a fucking beast, so I didn't care. I got that thing about right here, and I see my whole back of my neck locks up, right? And I go all the way to the sky, and I bring it down and throw it. But immediately, I know that I have fucked my neck up, right? Oh. And my traps, my shoulders, man. Like, oh, my God. But, of course, I'm putting on a big show, and they're looking at me like, damn. This motherfucker is a beast. Right?
Didn't even warm up. That's dangerous.
Didn't even warm up. 8:30 in the morning, right? So we get done. We go inside. We go over some stuff. As we're doing this, my neck's getting worse and worse and worse, right?
Oh, man.
All day. We work until 5 p.m. on all this shit, right? I get my cash. Not my cash. I get a check, put it in my thing.
Holy shit, you got to pause. Dude, yes. I missed. Hey, commenters.
No, I'm leaving. What are you saying? You wasn't recording?
No, I'm just saying that I missed Hybrid. Gabriel says, hey, Travis Bagent, we miss you. I need to talk to you, Gabriel, soon. Send me a message. Stacy Morgan sends another $10 super chat. Super chat. You're already crushing it. If you really want a question answered, you guys are gonna have to super chat it because I missed a bunch of shit in here. Anyways, there's a lot of commenters watching us live. We're up to 73 people.
73 people.
So listen, guys, Travis Bagent, thanks you for the money. This is why we're doing it live on his channel.
Stop sending the money. Don't send the money yet. Easy with the money.
I lost. Someone said, hey, let's give Travis all our money. We thank you. And thanks for being here. 71 people. Okay. I was behind on some of the super chats.
It's all good.
You effed up your shoulder.
My neck. My neck, Dawn, just all in the back, right? Really bad. At 5, now I'm not scheduled to leave until the next day, right? At like 4:00.
And does John Brzenk still live in Salt Lake?
No, John Brzenk is in Arizona. You know, I've no contact with anybody except I have one friend that I'm hanging out with, in Salt Lake, but not, I didn't see Bob Brown, no John Brzenk, none of these, the regular guys. So at 4:00, 5:00, my neck is crushed and we have just finished all the obligations. And listen, we had a lot of shit to go over.
What were you going over? Oh,
we had to go over how to receive the kit if you were a tournament director, because it wasn't just me going to run these events. These Rockwell events were going to be run by all the directors as well, similar to the way I ran the WAL concept, right? So I've got to create a kit, make sure that they all know what the kit exists, make sure that we have enough inventory for how many months and how many events before we may have to change what type of watch was going in there, how many t-shirts, how many hats, first, second, third place, and we had every weight class, 54, 65, 76 at every little event because we had so much prizes, right? It was awesome. So I get done at 5 o'clock and literally my neck now at this point, I'm miserable, right? So I called John Brzenk. I'm like, yo, my man. He's like, hey, what's up, buddy? I said, I am in Salt Lake City and I would love not to go home tomorrow at 4 o'clock. Is there any way that you could get me on a flight? He's like, oh, let me check. Does a couple of this, and this. He's like, yeah, you can get on 11 o'clock tonight. Direct to DC. I'm like, oh my God. He's like, yeah, I got you. Boom. Hits it up. He's like, and it's completely open too. So you should get a good seat. I'm like, all right, immediately go back to the hotel, pack up, take some
Your original flight to come there is nothing related to John Brzenk.
Nothing related to John Brzenk. I'm on a United flight.
Okay.
I'm not. Go ahead.
You're going to have to set the stage. Some of these people in the audience may not understand why you can call John Brzenk and ask him to get you on
John Brzenk works at Delta Airlines. He also was stationed out of Salt Lake City for 20 plus years, maybe longer. So he worked at that Salt Lake City airport. And I know I have picked him up at the airport in Washington, D.C. countless times that he has got on at Salt Lake City. So I know that Delta's a big hub. I have called and used John Brzenk 20 times in my life for either emergencies or things that it would be better to travel with him because he works there and he gets buddy passes and a bunch of allotments. And he has so much seniority that when he lists you on a Delta flight, it comes with his 26 years of service. So you bumped all the way up. So it's amazing. So I tell him, listen, my neck is hurt. I'll pay you $1 million. Please get me on this flight. He immediately hooks it up. Boom. Right? I'm like, you're the man. I go right to the airport, right to the hotel, pack my shit up, take a couple Advil and hit right to the airport. I get there about 8:30, 9 o'clock. I go through security, 10 o'clock, we start boarding or whatever the process. I get to that lady and she says, standby passenger. Bagent gives me the ticket. The ticket says 1A. This is a 737 Beast, right? I got my own pod, right? 1A. So because of John's seniority and the fact that the flight is not full, I'm in this first class seat, knowing that I need it desperately because my neck is killing me, right?
And you had no idea you were going to get first class, or John told you?
John said it's pretty open. Cross your fingers. You might be pimping. And I'm like, I don't care if I'm in the middle. I don't want to have this neck problem and not be home tomorrow. I'll deal with it. Plus I can go to chiropractor. I can see what the hell is going on.
Okay. Right? Did the coaches of the CrossFit Gym, did you tell them?
Nobody. Of course not. No, I didn't tell anybody.
You kept that shit on the DL.
100%. Now I'm not saying that they didn't notice me rubbing it all day. I don't know. no one mentioned anything. So I get, and I sat at 1A. And as soon as I sat down, it is like a gift from God, right? Like literally I dive into this seat and I am unconscious just about, right? Like my head sinks back into that thing. I look at all the accessories that I have, right? I got everything. I got eye covering. I got a blanket. I got 300 channels and movies. I'm going back to a bed. This is going to be awesome.
And this is about a 4-hour flight?
3 hours, 40 minutes on the way back.
Nice.
Yeah, it's perfect, right? It's like 11:59. We're about to take off. So I sat down and I'm about probably the last 20% of the people that are getting on the plane. So there's still some people going by. And then all of a sudden, after about 2 minutes of me sitting there with my eyes closed, I see two of the older stewardess ladies flight attendants start charging in the back, right? And
What?
I remember
You haven't even took off yet?
we haven't even took off yet. We just are on the jet. You know, I'm like, it's like literally the last couple people are about to come on the plane. They run back there. So I immediately go to take a look, but I can't because of my damn neck, right?
Oh,
so
you
I
can't
go,
turn.
right. So I go, and then I'm like, fuck it, I don't care, right? Put my head back, close my eyes. 45 seconds later, 2 more of them run back there. I'm like, what in the world is going on here? I take my damn seatbelt off, get up, turn all the way like a damn handicapped person, go all the way around, and I see in the back, there are 50 Chinese people, Chinese, Japanese, Mandarin, and they have a conflict over the overhead space and who's what.
What?
And it's got
a whole group of people?
A whole group. You could see about 4 or 5 on the left arguing with the 4 or 5 on the right, speaking Asian dialect back and forth, but it's aggressive, right? So I immediately, just because I am a jackass, immediately start taking 3 or 4 steps back to where I'm at there's probably 8 rows of first class seats.
Okay,
So
wait.
Yeah.
How much of this airplane is full? Half full?
85% full.
85%. So there's a lot of people rubbernecking, looking back.
Everybody, 100 people are looking back. And to this day, I cannot believe that no one had their cell phone rolling and captured it, right? And captured it. I can't believe it. But the email and the fact that John Brzenk will tell you that this is exactly what happened. So I get to about row 7 and I see, and the first thought in my mind is to say, a U.S. Marshal, everybody look up. Right? That's what I was going to say. I don't know why I would even think of that, right? But as soon as I thought about it, I was like, no. What if there really is a U.S. Marshal on this fucking plane, right? No, just like I tell you when you tell me some stupid idea that you're going to do, I'm like, no, don't do that. So I thought to myself, do not say United States Marshal.
Okay, wait. How, from the time you see the first 2 running to the back and you're now standing there thinking to yourself, how much time is going, how many seconds or minutes?
55 seconds.
55 seconds. Okay.
45 seconds and then 10 seconds for me to get up and walk back there. Now I'm at row 8. This is happening in row 27 to 33, the real problem. But now there's 4 flight attendants that have now gotten in between me, row 8, and row 23, right?
Yeah.
And as I'm like slowly walking, kind of just really being nosy more than anything.
Yeah.
All right. And also very willing to make sure that we get on this flight and get home. You know what I mean? Like, I don't need no problems, right? My neck is in rare form flaring up, right? So as I get to about row 9, one more step, I see in row 26, the tallest Chinese guy that you ever seen in your life. Not Yao Ming tall, but usually they're 5'6". This guy's 5'9", maybe 6 foot tall. He's got a window seat, but during the argument, he has now got his head hanging over the inside of the aisle. Does that make sense? He's inside. There's a person, and he's like leaning over right there, but he's tall enough that his forehead, the part of his head is where the overhang is open. His head is a little bit over top of it, right?
Yeah.
Just enough. And there is a guy in the next aisle, across the plane, who is trying to take his bag and get his bag into that overhead that's not his and that they don't want him to. That's the whole argument. This guy's a Chinese Mandarin guy, about 50, 55 to 60 years old, 145 pounds, and he has got this bag, and he's just boom. And my man's like, boom, boom, boom. He's taking shots, right? His head's just bopping off of this thing.
Okay,
right?
what are the wait stewardesses doing?
So the stewardesses are, this is old school. Now listen, one thing I know about airlines, the nicer the airplane, the better the flight, the older the flight attendant. Because it's all these seniority flights that they don't have to do a bunch of work because they're so well staffed. So
I never knew that. Is that
this
true?
is an average. This is about 57-year-old flight attendants, right? All of them 4'4", grandma shit. So now I'm about to row 13, 14, and I'm getting close to the fourth lady. And I see the lady in front says, "Oh my God, we need help." And she turns to the second flight attendant. Second flight attendant turns to the third flight attendant. "We need help." Right?
Yeah.
The third flight attendant turns to the fourth flight attendant.
It's like a cartoon, bro.
"We need help." Right? The fourth flight attendant turns her head around and what does she see? The beast is right there. Look. And I said, "I'll take care of this. Excuse me." I took a little step there, got in between all four of them. They went up. I said, "Everybody sit the fuck down right now."
No, you didn't. Wait. Say it again. Say it again.
My exact words. Set the fuck down right now. Every motherfucking one of y'all.
Oh my God. Yes.
30 fucking Chinese people sat down straight away, except for the guy who was, he kind of had his bag now just looking at me. And I grabbed his arm and I said, "You can't do that shit on no airplane. What's wrong with you?"
No.
What is wrong with you? Snatched his ass up by his tricep, right? Let's go. Yes. You got to go. Then I start marching his ass from row 24 all the way up off the tar, to the left.
Pause. How old is this guy?
Guy's 55 years old.
And how does
he just looks at me like he don't speak English, but he knows that he done fucked up.
So the look on his face, how close are you to him when you're saying this?
I am going from 6 feet to 1 inch.
1 inch.
In about 3 seconds. You know what I mean? Moving abruptly, right? And I snatched this motherfucker up. Let's go to the tarmac, take him off the plane. I said, "You just wait right here." So here we are sitting there. 2 minutes goes by, right? 2 minutes. And this lady, which was his niece or whatever, finally comes walking off the tarmac too, says something in Chinese, Japanese, Mandarin to the guy that I took off. He says something back to her. We're waiting there another 30 seconds, and here comes 3 of the goofiest airport security cops you ever seen in your life. I'm talking Barney Fife jackasses, and they are full tilt coming down that freaking ramp. And they just whip right by us 3 inside, right? They go in there, another 45 seconds to 2 minutes goes by. And what they're doing is getting all the information from the flight attendants. At this point, 2 cool-looking cops who knew that they were not going to run full speed like jackasses walked down the tarmac. One of them looked like the boss or whatever.
Wait, hold on a moment.
Okay.
The guy you took off, he's now just standing there with
standing right beside me, and so is his niece now, who has walked voluntarily off.
Are they calm?
Yes. Ain't saying a word. Can't speak English. I think maybe the girl can. I don't know.
Do they still look like they knew that they messed up?
Yeah. 100%. Like she knew he messed up, and she was going to have to face the consequences too, because she was in the party with him or whatever.
Okay.
Yeah, it's bad. So then the 2 guys walk, they get close to me. One of them looks right at me and says, "What's your deal?" And as soon as he said it, I put my hands up like this. I said, "Sir, I'm getting ready to tell these 2, and now they done got close to me, right? They started about 4 foot away when they asked me what my deal was. I put my hands up right there because I know it probably looks like I'm the cause of the problem.
Yeah.
And that I'm the biggest dude who's probably the one who's got everybody scared, right? So I put my hands up. I said, sir, and I got ready to say something. And as soon as I did, one of the stewardesses peeks her head outside the door, sees me, sees the Mandarin guy, the niece, and the two cops. And then the other cops are right beside her now. And she looks right at my face and says, he's a hero. He's a hero. She said it twice.
She said that?
And I went like this. That's what happened. That's what happened, right? Right?
Yes.
So I'm like, you got to be shitting me. This is crazy. And as soon as she said it, I thought to myself, I am going to go home and I'm going to tell my wife this story. And she is going to say, bullshit. That is not. And I knew it. And I called her immediately and I said, you are not going to believe it. What a life. What a life. That's what I said. So I'm standing there.
Can I say something real quick?
Yes.
I need to set some context. This is important. When I went to visit you one time and you were working security and I said, oh, if you got to break up a fight, like, what do you do? And you looked right at me and like, I didn't know what you were about 2 feet from me. And I was like, it's just a question. Like, oh, if you have to break up a fight, what do you do? And you walked right up to me like really fast and you grabbed the material.
I grabbed the inside of your tricep.
And you yanked it like this and you were and out of suddenly it went like this. I was like, and I was all sucked up. And I was like, holy shit, it was so scary.
Quick like and fast.
The amount of pressure you put on me. And I was like, and I know you, but I'm telling you, I was so scared at that moment. And you were just demoing.
Dude, and once you get them on their tiptoes, they can't do nothing. They can't even headbutt you if you got their collarbone up in their chin.
Having that in context, I can imagine at that second when you're like, sit the fuck down and you grab that dude, you can't do that. I can imagine in a real scenario how scared this dude was because it's intimidating. When you flex.
Honestly, he wasn't as scared as everyone else. Everyone else that was kind of like up and watching it and being like making the scene look a little too scary. You know what I mean? They all sat down immediately, buckled up and looked straight ahead. It was awesome. Was
there anyone else on the airplane that could have done that?
Oh, I don't know. I don't really know, but
no, there was.
I don't know. All I know is that I did it beautifully, and not only did I do it beautifully, but I've done some things like that in the past where it is a clear fact that I have just done something that a lot of people wish that they did or could have done or would be that guy, right?
Okay, and so from the time you said sit the fuck down to you're escorting the guy off the plane, how many seconds go by?
8 seconds, 5 seconds, immediately. That's as I'm saying it, I'm walking towards him and snatch his ass up and tell him you can't do that on the plane. You crazy?
I promise you, I put money that no flight attendant has seen a fight be stopped that fast.
Dude, those ladies looked at me for that whole flight. So listen, we get there and I hear all the police officers talking right there in front of us, right? And the police officer says, well, and the flight attendant's there and he's like, well, this is what has to happen. We have to take everyone off the plane. We have to take statements from all the people that are willing to give a statement. And then he said, by that time, the log will run out. There's no way this flight's leaving tonight. Now my neck is flared up, right? I'm like, you gotta be kidding me. So I looked right at the cop. I put my hand up like this. I said, sir, I promise you that if you tell the victim that the person who did it will be escorted from the plane and not allowed to travel, But as long as they do not do a complaint, then this flight can go without, of course, the gentleman who caused the problem. Says something to the flight attendant. Flight attendant goes in there, comes back out. Oh, yeah, he said that's fine. They take my guy, and as they get ready to start going, one of the cops, now there's 6 cops there, 4 flight attendants, the captain. One of the guys says, aren't you that guy from the Game of Arms?
No! You lie.
Aren't you the fuck? Hey, and then he hits the guy and says, that's the fucking champ. That's the champ.
What?
So I get home.
Are you Sway? Stop. Are you serious?
Yeah, 100%. You're the fucking champ. I'm like, that's me. I'm the champ. And I just did all that. All that.
Okay. In all the times you've been recognized, this has to be the highlight of like someone recognized.
It's close. It's definitely close.
Oh my God. Holy,
it was awesome. Amazing. It was amazing. So I get home. Of course, I tell Casey, she's like, whatever. I think she believes me, but who could believe that? 5-6 days later, John Brzenk calls me. He's like, dude, you wasn't lying, was you? I said, what do you mean? He's like, dude, I'm sending you this email right now. I'm like, get out of here. I read the email. It says verbatim exactly what I just told you, including the lady saying he was a hero. I mean, can you say a formidable human being? I mean, I'm going to get that letter. It's only a matter of time before I get it. And when I do, it is going to be awesome.
I will go on record and state.
In the meantime, I want you to call John Brzenk and make sure that you get the soundbite of whether Travis is or not bullshitting about the the Delta standby flight in which he saved abroad. Now, another funny story was I told that story once, and I was on this radio show here locally, and the guy at the radio show said, would you have done that if you was on a Spirit Airlines flight and it had been a bunch of brothers back there and they started arguing? I said, I don't know, but I know if you give me 40 Japanese people who already been through security, I'm the hardest dude on the plane. Interesting.
Did these people know each other?
I don't think so.
I wonder if they were part of like a tour group or something.
They could have been easily, but I did tell Bob Brown, and Bob Brown said the Asian population in Salt Lake City is off the chain.
So I'm going to go on record just for clarification. There's now 107 people watching. Thank you for tuning in broad during the middle of the day. Like, you guys don't have work to do or what? I know that your stories come with a little bit of flair. I believe this story 100%.
100%. Exactly what I just said happened. Crazy.
Oh my God. And what are the chances that these cops, one of them was like, aren't you the guy?
You're that guy. I knew who you was.
Dude.
Crazy, dude. Crazy.
That is so cool. And your wife, why do you think people wouldn't be believing of this story?
I mean, just because of how funny I am anyway, in general, and I know it's just I think it's a pretty amazing story. And the more amazing thing about it is that they really sent a letter to thank John Brzenk for having his standby passenger be such an incredible human being.
Man, it's probably a good thing you didn't yell FBI.
Yeah, 100%. And being on John's standby buddy pass, get accused of impersonating a marshal.
So, dude, I would have put $1 million that all those people would have been deported and that flight delayed 2 hours.
I know. And you got to know it's 11:50 at night at this time. That flight's not happening. Flight's not taking off at 2 a.m.
Yeah,
that could have been a catastrophe. I mean, how crazy is it that the only reason I was on that flight is because I hurt my neck and that John Brzenk works for Delta Airlines? They would have had to deal with that on their own. I don't know how. It probably wouldn't have got too out of control, but any more out of control, and they would have had to deplane. there'd have been too many people involved.
Because, like you said, the older women. I mean, what are they going to do? Like,
nothing. Yeah, nothing. Yeah, dude, I look like a beast.
Yeah, you got to get that email from John and print it out and frame it or something. That's
100%. I can't believe that I don't possess that.
That's a good one-off story. I like that.
That's a great story, right?
There was a question in the chat about reffing. They wanted to know, have you ever just been, I think it was Fox 8-Ball. He wanted to know, have you ever just been hired to go ref a tournament? I was like, his reffing is always like in the whole package. Like if you just
yeah. I don't know if I've ever just been hired to ref. Probably. Yeah, I'm sure I have.
Yeah.
But usually you also put me on the microphone, or once you hear me on the microphone, you'd rather have my skill there. But I can do either one. I really don't like, I'll get scared when I'm reffing that guys are going to get hurt. So I really don't love that. But I am definitely willing to ref high profile matches, which I think will happen as I get older.
Oh, yeah. I could see that happening.
Yeah. Plus, I'm really good at it. Probably the best freaking referee in the world.
Hey, guess what?
He's up.
Can you see him?
Oh, yes. He's killing it. And I'm so ready to get off of here. Thank you so much to the guys who got to watch live. I hope you enjoyed the story. And we'll see you guys soon.
So basically, for you guys, whoever watched it live saw it, but we're going to take it down. And now the other people who missed it will have to watch it like normal.
Nice.
And it'll probably be broken up, teased. Hey, that's a great story. Thanks, man.
That's a good one. All right, I'll talk to you soon.
We hope you like the content. Thanks for stopping by. Please leave a comment, like, share, and subscribe. Now click that little bell icon so you get notified. This was Gary Roberts and Travis Bagent live.
Damn it! Do something else. Don't ever say them two names to me